So we are nestled in a house which we have converted into a school facility. This enables us to provide a safe and familiar educational environment for children. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you guys doing today? It's so good to be sitting down to be making another video, especially because it's in a response to a question I was asked on a previous video I posted. Keep the questions coming because guys, one thing you don't know is that one of the edicts of YouTubers, one of the edicts of content creators is sometimes, what do we post? What do my viewers want to watch? What is the question on their mind that I need to answer? So please keep the questions coming in case you have anything you have a question you want me to film a video about, or even if you don't want me to film a video about it, you just have a question, please feel free to ask, okay? Feel free to ask. In case you don't want to ask in the comment section, come to the DM on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I don't know what you are doing. You should be following me on Instagram. I think I post every day on that platform. I think I post every day on Instagram, different things. On Instagram, you get to know me more. You get to see, other parts of my life apart from the things I post on YouTube. So you should go follow me on Instagram. If you have questions, come to the DM. If you don't want to ask, in the comment section on YouTube. Okay. Today, I'm excited to be doing this. First, let me say welcome to the channel. If you are seeing this pretty face for the first time, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you find it worth your time. And if you're a returning team spouse, before I go to returning team spouse, on this channel, I film content around my faith and also around my life here as an immigrant in Canada. I live in Saskatchewan, Canada. And I film content around, things around my life, my experiences as an immigrant. If any of this sounds like what you might be interested in, you should hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss subsequent videos. I've been told on this channel that we keep it real. So if you want to experience the realness, of human beings, realness of, let me calm down. you should hit the subscribe button and join the family. Thank you. And for the new subscribers in the last couple of months, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining. For the new subscribers, if I've not welcomed you, thanks for joining. Thanks for being a part of this family. And if you're returning team Spurs, thanks for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you guys for always coming back, and thank you for sharing. YouTube actually tells me when you share. It doesn't tell me who shared exactly, but it tells me when my content is shared. Thanks for sharing my content. Thanks for the engagement. Thank you for your support. And so today, I'm excited to be filming this video because it is a response to a question I got on a video I'll be putting somewhere right now. And I just shared with you in that video how I've been making my shopping for school items easier by using School Start. And somebody asked in the video that I should talk about the school structure in Canada. I think I've made a video about schools in Canada, like elementary and all that. I think I have. I'll look for it, and if I can find it, I'll put the link somewhere on the screen. And you should go watch that after you're done watching this to see if there's any difference between the things I said in the video and the things I'll be saying in this video. And also if there's a difference in, has Canada been good to me? Go and check that video. Come back and tell me in this comment section if you think Canada has been good. I think that video must have been like 2-3 years ago. If I've actually, I think I did something like that. So yes, go check that video when you're done watching this and come and tell me in the comment section of this video if you think Canada has been good to me. I think Canada has been good, So yes, today in this video, I want to tell you about the school structure in Canada. And yeah, I'll be talking to as high as maybe the postgraduates, the graduates. I think what's called is graduate school, just the things I know about the school structure. And so I'll start by saying that what they use to put students in classes in Canada is the age. It is the age of your child that will determine what class your child is put into. For example, in Saskatchewan, it is the age of your child by January of next year. That will determine what class that child will be placed in this year. And it's nothing, there's no double promotion, there's no, that child is smart or something, and then you place a child. Of course, in the class where the child is, there might be like other activities, other work that might be for higher level that might be given to the child to ensure that the child is not bored or something. Like if your child had passed like a grade. I remember that when we came in, one of the reports we got after the first year of my first child being in school was that it was reading at an higher grade. It was reading at an higher grade than the grade it was in. So it would still be in that class, but it was reading um, materials, maybe in his reading, in English, for example, it was doing higher than his present grade. But it doesn't mean that they would, because of that, take him to the next grade. That's just what I'm trying to explain. And then they will also check if the age also matches what the child knows already. Because I remember that when we came in, we went to the Catholic school board because that's the school, that's one of the school types. I'll be talking about that shortly. We went to the Catholic school board to, ask that my child be taken in. I remember I also learned that there are some provinces that will not allow your child in a Catholic school if none of the parents is a Catholic. But in Saskatchewan, it doesn't matter whether your parents are Catholics or not. You can apply for your child. You can request for your child to be placed in a class that is appropriate for their ages, even if you are not Catholics in a Catholic school. So we went to the Catholic school board to see if to see what class it was going to be placed in. And I remember that they did some basic tests for him to test his ability to assimilate communication, his ability to communicate, his ability to assimilate questions, his ability, because he was also asked to read something and then answer questions from some of the things he read, and basic things just to determine. Oh, I think we also took some of his books, which didn't really matter because, well, and then they did that and it was placed in the right class. It was the class it was supposed to be in, I think. And then we started. So in Canada, there are public schools, there are Catholic schools, and there are also private schools. So each school, each type of school, whether public or private, is regulated by the province, by each province. So it's possible that, for example, if a 4-year-old in Ontario can start kindergarten, while kindergarten is not until 5 in Saskatchewan. So the province determines the structure of the school. I'll be talking mostly from the Saskatchewan school, and I'll also state some of the differences I've also, because I had to do some reading and research to be able to do this video, because I know that not all my viewers are from Saskatchewan. There are also people from other provinces or that are planning to go to other provinces. So the province determines like the school structure and all that. And also I mentioned that there is public school, there is a Catholic school, like that for the elementary and the high school. And there's also the private schools, which are not. So I read that private schools are mostly affiliated with religious bodies and they are not allowed in all the provinces. Like you need like special approvals to be able to, operate as a private school. And that is because they are trying to ensure as much as possible that schools are made available at least for free until high school for every Canadian. So from high school, you need to start paying. So from elementary to high school, which is grade 12, is free. Like the only thing you need to maybe pay for will be like the school needs, the school supplies and all that. Tuition, you're not paying for tuition. So it's free until grade 12, which is high school. And from there, you are allowed to either go to, maybe a college or a university or whichever one you want to do. And so, so the public schools, most times there's a public school beside a Catholic school. That's for the elementary schools. And the major difference for elementary right now, the major difference between the public schools and the Catholic schools is just that in the public schools, no religion is taught. Like it's just basically the education, basically English, maths, and arts and all that. While in the Catholic school, religion is introduced. Religion is, they pray, they do all the. So I have a colleague that his child attends the public school, and it's basically the holidays are the same. It's the same, the things, even the curriculum, because that's also regulated by the province. the curriculum cannot be, in terms of the general English, maths, and all that, the curriculum cannot be too far from each other. The curriculum are like the same, like for each grade. The only difference is that Catholic schools introduces the children to, religious activities. They go for mass, they go for, all those things, while that is not in a public school. So for the elementary, there's what is called the French immersion, and there's also the English. So for elementary, you can either learn via English or via French. So French immersion means that the students are taught, like, they are taught English, they are taught math, whatever it is the teacher is teaching them will be taught them in French. And you need to start school from at least a grade one before you can be allowed to be enrolled in the French classes. So I remember that when we came in, my son was already like in grade two, so we couldn't enroll him for French. And my daughter, she started kindergarten, I think the second year after we got in. And so she started kindergarten with the French classes, and then she was able to move into the grade one French class. So if your child is still like if your child is just starting grade one when you land in Canada, you can enroll that child to learn with French. You can enroll the child in French immersion classes. But if your child is already like past grade one, then you are not allowed to, because they think that it's easier for the child if they start from, the kindergarten. Okay, oh, yeah, you're not able to start from kindergarten. Oh, yes, you can still do grade one with the French, but if you're past that age, you need to learn with English. And if you want your child to be bilingual, then you might need to enroll for maybe French classes or which other language you like them to learn on your own, not from the school. And I should also mention that it is not all schools that have both the French and the English classes. Like, they have the options to either learn in French or English. So in case you want your child to actually learn in French, that's a question you should ask, to say, oh, maybe when you go visit the school board or something, to say, oh, I would like my child to learn with French. And I think this is also available for whether it's a public or a Catholic school, yeah, and private school. Yeah, these are questions you ask if it's something you're interested in, to say, oh, I want my child to learn in French. Is this something that you offer? Or if you are going to the school board, you should be asking which school is closer to me, because that's one of the criteria they'll use to place the child in a school, like the proximity of the school to where you live. So you want to mention, oh, which school is close to me that my child can learn French from, or something, or my child can be enrolled in a French immersion class. So if that's what you're interested in, that's a question you should be asking when you go for your school board appointment. So for the grades, for Saskatchewan and some other provinces, kindergarten is by 5. The child starts kindergarten by 5 and then starts grade one, which is what we know as primary one, by 6 years. So I have a 4-year-old actually that before we left Nigeria, it was about 2 years when we left Nigeria. And they were already planning to put him in kindergarten. So by now, if my child was in Nigeria, he will have been reading. He will have started reading or, doing something. But when we got here, he could not start school because he's been going to daycare. He's not starting school until he's 5 years old. So kindergarten for Saskatchewan starts by 5 years. But in Ontario, it starts at 4. So your 4-year-old can start, kindergarten. And this is unpaid, like free. If you want your child to attend paid kindergarten, you can also, there are some schools that offer kindergarten, and that's also, I think it's from 4 years. I think it's from 4. You cannot put your child that is younger than 4 in school, from what I read, even for other provinces. But for Ontario, from 4, your child can start attending kindergarten. So ages 4 and 5, kindergarten in Ontario. Ages 5, I think I think it's only Ontario that you can start school from 4. All the other provinces, 5 years, you start kindergarten. And then 6, grade 1. Elementary school is from kindergarten to grade 6, and that's about 5 years to about 12 years. And so there's also middle school. So that's like, so when I saw the ages, because I remember that 13 was around when I was in maybe just 3. I think JS3. So there's middle school. Middle school is from grade 7 and grade 8. And that's like preparing the students for the senior secondary school. So there is no senior secondary school in Canada, there is high school. So if it's from elementary to high school. You don't usually see people that will say, I'm in middle school. They just tell you they are in grade something. So elementary is basically like generally it is elementary um is between grade is between kindergarten to like grade 8. But between grade 7 and 8 is known as middle school. And middle school is just basically preparing the student for the high school. But for Quebec, I read that Quebec stops high school at grade 11, and from there students are allowed if they want to do like a pre-university 2-year pre-university school if they want to. I didn't really talk about the private schools, but I searched and I see that in Saskatoon we have about 10 private schools. So there are more private schools there are more private schools than I thought they actually are. But because you hardly see people that are in these schools, maybe I'm not moving with the elite. But I really do not have like a personal experience about the private schools. So we are nestled in a house which we have converted into a school facility. This enables us to provide a safe and familiar educational environment for children. Our school has a beautiful fenced yard and gardens, allowing unlimited. So this is sounding more like the maybe a daycare that also provides, there are some people that would like to homeschool their children, but this is looking like a homeschool, but not homeschool. You get what I mean? You are not the one schooling your child, but you are sending your child to an environment that looks like you are homeschooling them. It's more like a more relaxed way, a more relaxed environment to learn. There are lesser number of students that the teachers will have to focus on, unlike what we have in our Catholic schools and the public schools. Yeah, the truth is that when you send your child to a private school, um you are exposing that child to like a teacher that will have more time for them than they would have in the schools that you are not paying for. So that's to be expected. So private schools we have, like, when I searched, I discovered that we actually have a lot more than I thought we do have. So yeah, there are also private schools in case that's where you want to send your child to. But don't know what the fees look like. I don't know how much it is to send your child to such a school. So I'll be stopping this video here. I hope it answered your question. And like I said when I started this video, in case you have other questions, even if it's not something you want me to talk about as a video, you can ask in the comment section or come to DM on Instagram. I'll be happy to help as much as I can. Remember that I'm not an immigration expert. I'm not, I'm just here sharing my experiences with you, hoping that somebody finds, value in it, hoping that it helps somebody. And I hope this that I did today helps somebody. Thanks for watching. Until we see in the next video, have a beautiful night, guys. Bye.